You have done it. The Purple Power have done it again. In a 24-hour turnaround, we have gone from Joe Biden saying that the third stimulus package will be dealt with over the next few weeks to Nancy Pelosi now saying it will be passed in the next week, if not less. Yes, finally we see the fire under the feet of congressional leaders who are going to pass the third stimulus package bill in the House by next week, which means the president could have the bill by the end of next week. Finally, movement's underway, all because of the Purple Power. The progress is upon us, the bill is at the finish line, and this is a great new day of early mornings LALATE. Hey, good morning, everybody. It's Early Mornings LALATE. And it was less than 24 hours ago in which I told you that we hadn't seen a bill, that we had been told by Joe Biden, his press secretary, he would get to the stimulus package in a couple of weeks. And you and I said that's just not acceptable. To go onto social media and make it very loud and clear, we got to turn this around. And you did. Now, congressional leaders confirmed that the bill will be passed by the House of Representatives in the next few days. In this video, I explain the incredible great news. If you've not subscribed, please subscribe, because this is a channel that makes a difference, and the viewers of its channel are absolutely incredible. I call them the Purple Power. And the Purple Power stepped up yesterday like never before and got fire under the feet of congressional leaders. If you've not subscribed, please subscribe. It's free to subscribe. Also, like this video. And if you've not hit the alert at the front of this channel, please do, because I'm back live in a few minutes after this with a continuation at 6:30 with Early Mornings LALATE. Meantime, if you've not become a member, consider becoming a member. And as a member, you get access to early PDFs that explain how you get money under the third stimulus package, how to get ready to get the money before anyone else. To become a member, the link is in this video description, at the top of the chat, and also in the pinned comment to this video. In this video, I have so much to go over. I'm going to show you how things have changed so quickly, literally overnight, and where we were yesterday and where we are today. And with that, oh, I forgot to mention something. It's an instant premiere. And as an instant premiere, you can chat on the side with your Purple Power friends. And you never know who might join into the instant premiere if they're awake between recordings. And with that, let's now get to the breaking news. The breaking news is that the whole universe changed yesterday in the focus of stimulus. 2 days ago, Joe Biden told press, well, I think we'll get to the stimulus package in a couple of weeks. His press secretary 2 days ago said, we hope to see progress on the stimulus in the next few weeks. I heard that and you heard that and said, that's just not acceptable. That's not what we were promised. We were promised with a bill on his table on day one of the administration. Well, we're at week 2. And we said, this is not acceptable now that you're talking about seeing it in a few weeks. Week 5, week 6, week 7, what's going on here? Social media got lit up with Purple Power yesterday and the day before. And yesterday, the universe changed. On Morning to LA yesterday, I recorded how I'd still not seen the bill, how I'd still not seen progress, how I'd still not seen anything happening. And it was based upon comments and quotes like this just hours earlier from Joe Biden. I don't expect we'll know whether we have an agreement or to what extent the entire package will be able to pass or not pass until we get right down to the very end of this process, which will probably be in a couple of weeks. Couple of weeks. The point is, it's just the process. The process is just beginning. That's not acceptable language. And it was certainly language like that and what his press secretary had said, which made the Purple Power step up. It's not acceptable to say, we're going to get to this in a couple of weeks. And with that, it worked. Congressional leaders, whether it's Nancy Pelosi or Ro Khanna, said, we got to do this right away, and we're not going to wait a second. So where is the situation at now? The situation as it is now is really Incredible, great news. The bill has been introduced to subcommittees in the House. What are subcommittees? Subcommittees are separated into subject matters. Subject matters may be housing, labor, food, small business. And so they look at the bill and they look at the part of the bill that concerns their subcommittee, like the subcommittee for businesses. And they look at the business grants, for example. And they look at the language and they look at the numbers. Is this enough money? Is it the wrong amount of money? How about the language? And ultimately, if they're happy with that section of the bill that concerns their subcommittee, then the subcommittee's head, like the head of the subcommittee on business, sends the chairperson, in this case, the Speaker of the House, Nancy Pelosi, a message says, hi, the subcommittee on businesses agrees and accepts the findings of the third stimulus package. You can put it for a vote, Madam Speaker. And that's what all those subcommittees do. The next question you're obviously going to ask is, when are they going to get that done by? When are all these subcommittees going to say they're happy with the subcommittee section? By Friday, Nancy confirms. She has ordered all her subcommittee departments to have a determination, yay or nay, definitive by Friday. And she wants that done so that she can call it for a vote next week. Yes, Nancy Pelosi confirms that the bill will be called for a vote next week, meaning that if there needs to be anything fixed with a subcommittee, it needs to be done fixed right now, because she's calling for an immediate vote to get it done next week. This is incredible, great news. As you know, a bill to become law has to start at the House, pass the House, then go to the Senate, pass the Senate, then go to the President's table. So this bill could be passed by the House next week, and then land in the Senate next week, and potentially be signed into law by the President of the United States next week. Wow. To think we went from the quote, which is this process is just beginning, and we'll see this in a couple of weeks, to now seeing that we'll see this in a couple of days, shows you the power of the purple power. Nancy Pelosi says the U.S. House of Representatives is fast-tracking the Biden plan, with House committees expected to vote on it by the end of the week. It will be completely ready for a full House passage next week, Pelosi says to news. Wow. Now, Joe Biden had been contemplating 3 different tactics. He had used 2 of them, but analysts and congressional leaders, and also myself, said there was really only one tactic available. The bill. Call the bill and put it to a vote. Joe's first tactic was to use Zoom chats with congressional leaders. Senator Agnes King, an independent from Maine, said that she was very impressed with a 16-senator Zoom chat over last weekend with Joe Biden. Joe Biden's members had a Zoom chat on Sunday last weekend, confirms Politico. On the Zoom chat were Susan Collins and Senator Joe Manchin and others. And some of the issues that they discussed was that they maybe thought the $1,400 stimulus check shouldn't be paid to rich people, that the income level should be dropped a little bit lower. But King said the whole process on the Zoom chat was good. There was not a hint of cynicism or lack of commitment or at least trying to work something out. If they're just trying to jam this through, I don't think they would have interrupted the Packers game. Every time I read that quote, I just crack up. But that's where they were. Joe tried Zoom chat. Okay, he tried Zoom chat, but it didn't really particularly work. The next option he was battling with, Joe, was something called budget reconciliation. Budget reconciliation doesn't make a lot of sense, and I'll tell you why. Because ultimately, if you do that tactic, you can't use all the elements of the bill that you want to use. You can't use hazard pay, you can't use SSI, you can't use business grants. You can only do like a stimulus check and a little bit more. So it's too narrowly tailored. One of the biggest debates right now is a balance between acting fast and acting big, says Ed Mills, Washington analyst for Raymond James. But Representative Ro Khanna, Democrat of California, said that pushing it through a reconciliation process without Republican support is certainly an option, but not a particularly good one. The plan is very reasonable. This is not far left. We need to have more than progressive pushing through this. We need to ultimately get the administration to champion it. And that's where we landed at the end of Monday. We also had a strange thing that was going on, and it was still continuing. Oh, my goodness. People are always surprised when I call out a broadcast news channel, but I do all of the time. I've been doing it, I didn't just start it this week. And one broadcast news channel ran a newspaper article that the newspaper article was incorrect, and now everyone is citing the broadcast news channel, which cited the newspaper article, which is incorrect. That article, which I said before, but I want to say it again in this video, said that Joe Biden has proposed $300 a month for children to be paid on under the third stimulus package. Joe never promised that. Joe never promised $300 a month for children under the third stimulus package. What he promised was a change to the tax code so that you may qualify for a $3,600, which, by the way, is $300 times 12. People with their math. You may qualify for a $3,600 tax credit. What if you do, and it's a tax refund, you would get the next month after you file a tax return. You don't have to wait for a year. So that article is just still making its rounds, and just $300 a month for children, $300. No, he never said that. It's just not true. It's just, why would you want $300 a month for 12 months when you're entitled to $3,600 exactly right after you file the tax return? It don't make any sense. And you had incredible, no less than 13 or 1,400 comments in yesterday's Early Mornings Part 1 video. And let me go over some of those comments and questions right now. Nancy Cospito. Oh, if you have comments or questions as well, drop in the comments below. These are comments from posted on the channel, so drop some comments on the channel. These are mostly non-member comments. Nancy Cospito. This is typical politician. They don't care. Robert Salio. Marie Antoinette Pelosi. Is it... I didn't say that right. Marie Antoinette Pelosi isn't satisfied. Welcome to socialism. I love that, Robert. Leslie King. Doesn't everyone realize it was smoke and mirrors to get what they wanted? Christine Taylor. They got that right. They don't care a rat's about that. I didn't say the other word. They don't care a rat about us. Tracy Chisholm. While on the campaign trail, they all promise you things just to get elected, and when they get in the office, the heck with us. Thank you, Tracy. I love that. That's a good one. Jim Cooper. Of course Nancy doesn't like it. The woman who pretty much created the term smear campaign doesn't like it. Here we go again. And. J.M. Cooper. Here we go again. Angel Rod. Because he wants to give us less, that's why. That's responding to my comment, why have we not seen the bill? Because he wants to give us less, that's why. Arnene Robinson, all the people are hurting. Why are we having to suffer? And he gives other countries our stimulus while we're desperately needing. Think about our country first. That's in response to this channel's reporting that he was giving either $6 or $8 billion to Latin American countries before we even have any stimulus in our hands. Marianne Bonanino. I'm not surprised there's no bill. Career politicians make promises, they don't keep them just to get elected. Good morning, Purple Power family. We still need to keep the faith. Watching for snow here in Rhode Island. Love you. I guess they want that snow in Rhode Island. Did it snow in Rhode Island? I didn't check the weather report. Give me an update. Karen Kaysen. It's time for Americans to hold Congress accountable. Just today? Yeah, we've been trying to do that for a while. Haven't done a good job of it yet since, though. James Parent. Biden looks old. Maybe he forgot his promises. Jose Alaguinzes. There's no stimulus because all he wanted to do is be voted in. He doesn't care about American people. He cares about the immigrants only. Okay, I'm not going there. Lily Grace. The American people are important and need stimulus. Will he do anything that he said for the American people? What about the $200 a month for those on SSI and SSDI and rail benefits? Clear air impeachment are not so important. But the American people, they're important. Well said. If I hear another thing about clear air before a stimulus, I'm just about to, cough in the air and say, it's not clear anymore. It's just, come on, do the stimulus. I'm tired of hearing about clear air. Bruce Vonnegut. Woohoo, it's like 2020 all over again. Here we wait and we get nothing. Liars. Deanna Burris. Who cares what Nancy likes, doesn't like? Things are changing when you become president. Louis Hoffman. All the politicians need to have their accounts frozen until they take care of the American people who pay their wages. Melody Myers. Okay, Bernie, you're the man of the hour. Play that card for the people. We're hungry, Bernie. We need help, Bernie. You got to do it. I love when people refer to people by their first name. Okay, Bernie, go do it, Bernie. Bernie, come here. Bernie, go do it. If you have questions or comments in today's video, drop them in the comments below. I might feature them in tomorrow's recording below here. And if you've not subscribed, please subscribe, because this is the best dark channel out there, of course, darling. I mean, you know, Bernie, have you been watching the channel? Bernie, make sure you subscribe. Also like this video. And if you've not become a member, consider becoming a member. Click the member link to join, either in the pinned comment top of this chat or in the description. As always, stay informed, stay smiling, stay my life for more.